All right, what is going on, guys? Happy Saturday. We've got a 10-game slate. We're going to talk about every game. I'm going to cover my best bets as usual. But before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's free. Helps me grow the channel. Throw a comment in today's video. Give it a thumbs up. Let's talk a little bit about the recap yesterday. A lot of hooks. So many hooks. It was frustrating. But we went 5-5. Wendell Carter Jr. did not play. So of the 11 picks, we had 10 in play. We went 5-5. LeBron James over 7.5 assists. This was looking real sketchy in the first half, but he went nuts on assist in the second half. DeMar DeRozan over 25.5 points plus assist. We nailed that one. Evan Mobley over 14.5 points. Cleveland got out to a huge lead. He did not play a lot of the fourth quarter. He ended at 14, so a nice little hook there. Donovan Mitchell under 5.5 assists. That was easy. He had one. Mitchell over 23.5 points. We got hooked there. He didn't play any in the fourth quarter. They put him in for literally 15 seconds. He fouled someone. They took him right back out. So we got hooked there. Russell Westbrook under 3.5 rebounds. He had 2 rebounds coming into the fourth quarter and got like 3. So it is what it is. Unlucky there. Tobias Harris under 16.5 points plus assist. He ended at 16, so that was a good win there. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander under 6.5 rebounds. We got hooked. He ended at 7, so another hook. And then Zion Williamson, old snacks, under 42.5 PRAs. He was just very efficient, and they were giving him the easiest baskets ever. So that was pretty easy. He was an assist machine too. So it is what it is. We ended up hitting our parlay with Boston -4, Cleveland -2, OKC -3.5. So a 5-5 day yesterday. Basically a wash. Technically down just a little bit. Hopefully you guys didn't play all the plays. I did put them in order of preference. So if you played the top half, it was a great day. Bottom half didn't pan out so well. But let's get into these games, talk about my leans and likes. So first game on the card, we're going to talk about a rematch from yesterday, Boston and Charlotte. I don't really know how you don't go Boston. The 11.5 is a little steep on a back-to-back. Teams make adjustments, so that does worry me a little bit. I would probably just lean more towards that over 230.5. Or maybe look at like a Charlotte team total under, something like that, or a Boston team total over. All right, next game. Kings and the Raptors. Man, the Raptors have sucked. That said, they made a nice little comeback on the Lakers. Lakers got out to a huge lead early, and then they kind of chipped away at it. I would say Sacramento -7.5. But again, I think those lines are too low. I do kind of like, we do have Boston and Sacramento in a parlay. Maybe cut those points down a little bit, but I do like them both. Maybe Boston -8. Let's say Sacramento -5. Something like that would be pretty good. I think the over-under is just a little too high for me to want to mess around with in that game. Let's see, Memphis and the 76ers. So this is two just broke teams. Obviously, no Joel Embiid, no Paul George. On the Memphis side, lots of injuries. They got Desmond Bane out, Jackson's out, Luke Kennard's out, Marcus Smart's out, Vince Williams is out. So it's going to be on Ja to kind of handle things. Now, the books did catch up to his assist line. I was hoping it was going to be at 6.5, which it's been. It jumped all the way up to 8.5, which I don't love just because Philadelphia does a pretty good job at limiting assists. That said, still think he probably goes over that line just because his assist chances are through the roof right now. I think we're seeing this line reflected because Philly's at home, and I don't like it, though. So I would say Memphis -1.5 feels like a steal against this 76ers team. They just have not been good without Paul George and Joel Embiid. One kind of interesting prop I did look at, it didn't make the card because it's a little dicey, but Andre Drummond under 0.5 assist. So if he gets an assist, you lose. That said, he's not averaging very many assist chances per game, and I think he has 1 assist this year. So odds are on your side there, and you're getting decent value. I didn't pull the trigger on it. All right, Timberwolves and the Spurs. Timberwolves coming off a back-to-back, ended up beating Nuggets by 3. I want to say that line was 3.5, so that probably hooked a lot of people if I had to guess. That was a tough one if you were on that line. All right, let's see. In terms of injuries, not a single one for the Timberwolves. Very healthy. You got Trey Jones and Vassell out for the Spurs. 4.5 against the Spurs team, even though they're on a back-to-back. Like I said, I feel like the back-to-backs have favored the team that played the day before. So Timberwolves minus 4.5 in this situation for me. I'd maybe look at like a points and assist or just a points for, oh my God. I don't know why I can't think of his name. Ant-Man. Jesus Christ. All right. It's early and it's Saturday. All right. Golden State going up against Houston Rockets. Golden State just still in a bad spot. So from a roster standpoint, I don't really know how you can really trust them right now. I mean, you got Melton out, you got Steph Curry out. Houston's got Steven Adams out, but they haven't had him all season. So this team's rolling. I mean, I like the way they look. I just can't foresee them losing to Golden State. That said, I thought the Pelicans would beat them, but they didn't. But I think it's a big difference playing in Houston as opposed to Golden State. So Houston minus 5. I think that's pretty good value there against this kind of broken Golden State team, in my opinion. Next game, Cavs and the Bucks. Cavs are going to be coming off a back-to-back. Bucks just have not looked good. I mean, Cavs 6-0, Milwaukee Bucks 1-4. Really hard for me to get on board with this Bucks team. They just play no defense, like absolutely zero defense. So to me, this is a Cavs spot. I mean, I'm not gonna fade a team that's 6-0 and just dominating people. So Cavs or pass. We do have some props in this one that I do like. All right, Heat and the Wizards. 9.5's a lot. In Washington with a Heat team that doesn't exactly score a ton. I would probably lean more towards Washington plus 9.5. I'm being honest. It's a little scary to take Washington, but that's where I see that game. All right, Trailblazers and the Suns. I talked about it yesterday. Trailblazers just do a good job of hanging in there with teams. So 12.5, that's a tough one. Especially when the Suns, what'll happen if you want to play the Suns, I would say take their first half spread, because just every game this year, second half comes around, third quarter, they just piss away whatever lead they have. They're trying to claw back in the fourth quarter. So if you want to play Suns, I would say maybe look at the first half spread. They've just been getting off to a hot start in every single game. So for Suns, like I said, first half or pass for me. I think that over-under is pretty appropriately placed, so I don't want to touch that. All right, Jazz and the Nuggets. So Nuggets are going to be playing a back-to-back as well, but they'll be at home. Jazz absolutely suck. That said, 10.5 against this Nuggets team, it's kind of a lot. So this is a complete fade for me. If anything, do like a very heavily alt-lined on the Nuggets and pair it with somebody else like Celtics or Rockets, somewhere in that. All right, Oklahoma City Thunder, Clippers. Thunder coming off back-to-back, ended up just kind of, waxing the old Trailblazers. That's one game they really didn't cover the spread, but man, Oklahoma City's pretty damn good. 5.5, going up against this Clippers team that, in my opinion, is just not great right now until they get some key players back. But no, Kawhi Leonard, we know who the key player is. OKC still got Jalen Williams out. You got Hartenstein still out with that broken hand. Other than that, I mean, this team should roll. So OKC minus 5.5 would be my best bet in that game. And I would lean towards the over 220.5. So those are my run through of the games. Let's talk about best bets. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. All right, Evan Mobley. I'm going right back to the well. Evan Mobley, except instead of points, we're going to take his points plus assist, because I do think he dishes out tonight. So over 16.5 points and assist. I believe he's hit this in like 8 of 9. Donovan Mitchell, over 3.5 rebounds. We faded him on the assist. I don't mind coming back to that same exact play. I don't mind the under 5.5 assists as well. I also looked at his over 24.5 points. We know this Bucks team does not play D. So I think Mitchell can find some success, on those mid-range jumpers, three-pointers, things like that. But I like him to get 3.5 rebounds. It just seems like a really low line. I think it's probably kind of tight, but I think he gets it. Jarrett Allen, double-double. I didn't really like the 10.5 rebounds. I don't want to pay that half a point. I feel very confident he's going to score 10 points, so might as well go with the double-double. at minus 115. And then Nas Reed over 10.5 points. I just think he plays a decent amount tonight on a back-to-back. And I think this is a really good spot for him to get some points. So over 10.5 points. Bilal Koulibaly under 7.5 rebounds and assists. It's a little scary because he's been going over this line. But that said, Heat do a very good job of limiting rebounds and assists. So I do like it to be a more on the lower scoring side. So I'll take the under in that one. Terry Rozier under 9.5 rebounds and assists. Kind of the same mentality. And then last straight bet is going to be Chris Paul over 7.5 assists. I mean, he is averaging about 14 assist chances per game. So we just need him to convert at about 65%. And this is a hit. So I feel pretty good about that. Parlay, we're just going to go with a very heavy alt line. You guys can kind of move this up, move it down as needed. I know somebody yesterday took the one I had yesterday, and just kind of bumped it up a little bit, just made it a little more aggressive and ended up cashing that. So Celtics money line, again, you want to go like 4 or 5. I think you're safe. Kings money line, and then Rockets money line. Pair those three, you get plus 132. Like I said, move them up. Move them however you want to get the value that you're looking for. But that is going to do it for me, guys. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, comment down below with your favorite plays, and I'll catch you in the next video.